let me just get you one of your minutes, okay? So now we're talking about rejuvenate.
Yes.
And it's going to be happening. It's going to be happening this year, Rejuvenate 2024.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people might have been asking questions. What is Rejuvenate all about? Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to be speaking through their mouths. I mean, speaking their mind through my own mouth to your ears. So you can let them know, you can give them the answer.
Yes.
Okay, so what brings about Rejuvenate?
So thank you once again for inviting me here. It's lovely and warm. You guys need to check out Sparks FM Studios. I feel like, oh my God, I'm a celebrity.
Of course you are. Any day, anytime.
Thank you so much for having me. So Rejuvenate, it's about rekindling. It's about resetting. Is about bringing back that fire that you once had in your marriage at the point of, entry, at the point of you signing those papers and saying, yes, I do, to your partner, to your spouse. So it's about bringing that fire back into your marriage. It's about refiring things. It's about getting back that energy that you once had in your marriage. So
literally it's just about getting fire back on your ashes, on your altar.
Yes. Get the altar firing up.
I bet you don't want to miss it. The energy in here today is really, really, really massive.
Yes.
And I can tell you for a fact, if the energy here is massive, you can wonder what will happen on the day when we're going to be having the Rejuvenate.
Yes.
What are those things we should be expecting from the Rejuvenate 2024?
Okay, thank you. So first of all, the Rejuvenate 2024 of event is a couple weekend getaway retreat happening in October 11th and the 12th of October. So that's a Friday and a Saturday. So it's a 2-day weekend getting out of your familiar space and to get into that intimate space that is exclusive with the love of your life. Yes, and you're going to be hosted in a fantastic 5-star hotel, premium services for you to enjoy, like premium enjoyment. You have your breakfast buffet. You have your 3-course meal dinner. It's a proper dinner setup. We'll have a workshop as well on Saturday. We have a fantastic resource person that is, gearing up to set everything ablaze, so to speak. So this is fantastic. You don't want to miss it.
Say no more. Wherever these things are happening, I'm always down to there, to that place. So definitely, I will be there. Kenny Sparks will be there to just enjoy. I mean, that's 2 days program. In a very luxurious environment, and I can tell you for fact, guys, it is very, very important you leave your environment, your niche, and leave that place. Go to a new environment, learn more from people. So, who are the resource persons we should be looking at having during the Rejuvenate 2024?
Thank you for that. So we are having Mr. and Mrs. Omoto Shop. Wow. It's a fantastic couple. Have been married for over 23 years, if I'm correct. And they've been able to establish their family here in the United Kingdom and raise fantastic, godly children that are excelling. Absolutely. I really do respect them. And I believe they're going to impact our marriages in a positive way.
All right, guys. So welcome back. So we're still having with me, Mr. Olarewaju Ayeni, Charles Olarewaju Ayeni, anyone you want to call him. So he's been telling us the part of his life that seemingly some persons know that are closer to him, but we just want to also share the part of his part with you, so that you can also learn. I mean, make a good use of your life and your time. Yeah, so it's a long journey, so to say. And like I did mention to you, if you're fortunate enough to be where you are, don't blame those people that are not fortunate to be where they are now. As a matter of fact, because, for people like you that have not worked in the factory, your experience is not the same as those who have worked in the factory. The work they've seen, no. They've seen. So welcome back, and thank you very much for staying tuned till now. So let's talk about now. You were doing IT in Nigeria before,
correct?
So you came to UK. It's just like green, white, green. Yeah. It's somebody was talking about the fact that when you put a seed in the floor, in the ground, it dies first. But what comes out of it is something more. You might actually plant one grain of seed of maize, and then when it comes out, it brings more. It germinates and bring out something big. So you're coming back because you're in the IT world now again.
Yeah.
So you're coming back into the IT world. How was it? Because now you did mention that you seem to have lost some touches on some things and
correct.
stuff. So how was it coming back to the IT world?
It was hard, so to say, because so after Sheffield, then my wife was staying in Bath Spa.
Okay.
So obviously when we just got to that decision to say, we need to move together, because the only thing then was, now we started thinking about families. So I moved to Bath. Then the only job I was able to get in Bath was a cleaning job, and that building one hotels I was working, just to help them plant trees.
Okay.
And just one day, me and I was just talking to say, but guy, you said now IT you do for Nigeria with all the story I've been hearing from your friends. You are this, you are that, blah, 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 and all that. And she just said, why not just try and look for this IT job? And one of the things is, you see, people that when you migrate to a new place, what people that you meet are doing or what interests them really matters. Because as at that time, my association that time, the only thing they were interested in is getting paid weekly. What do we want to do? Factory, cleaning, bar work. So where you find yourself, the community, people that surround you also matters.
Determine what you become.
What you would do. Because say like now, you're just coming into UK and people that you are doing just one certain job. Because that's the only environment, that's the only thing that they see, that's what they know that people do. At the end of the day, that's what they would encourage you for you to do. And if you ask them to say that, what about this other thing? They will say, they don't know anything about it, or don't go there.
Wow.
Like this is what they do there, this is what they do. So that time, the only people I was able to, to mingle with that time, this is what they were doing. So now, when it's now only me and my wife, it was a different story. Because then there was no friends, there was no, in Bath, you rarely see people of my color that time, So that means we're just by ourselves. Then she just said, why not just look for this work that you do and all that? I said, okay, let me just start. Then the first question is, how do they do CV here? Because the way they do CV in Nigeria is quite different from here. In Nigeria back then, we just write all our full story. Here, they don't want to see all your full story. They just want to see, this is who you are. Then in Nigeria, we just put certificate. Here, they don't put, they're not interested in that. Just whatever thing you have, come and prove to us. Then I just applied to this job, and I was called for an interview. In fact, I think I was just leaving my cleaning job. I quickly had to change and just went for the interview. Wow. And I got to that interview. They just question. And I think most of the questions was because I already lost touches for like 2 years. So most of those questions is kind of like, because then IT has already moved.
From where you used to know it.
Now, they're no longer in 4.0. Now they're in NT server Windows 2000.
Wow.
Now, then Windows 98 was running out and we're coming into Windows 7. There was also Windows X. That one didn't stay for time. So that means, but because of, koni brutity, Kumasi, Kumasi.
Yeah. Okay, talking about Kumaku Dansaki.
Dansaki. So these are Dansaki now that I want to. And because when you are a trainer, it's different. Because before your student come for lab, they come for practice, we call them lab. Before they come for lab, myself, because my student know me, because I train them for them to pass MCSE that time. So I'm always ready for them. So I'll give you labs to do. And from that labs, you will learn. And as you are training them, you're also learning more from
as well.
So which that means, as a trainer, you have high tendency for you to understand what people are and where people are coming from. So even at the interview, we're just talking. And at the end of the day, fortunately, I got that job. And that was it. Just IT job started. And it was not easy because that company was also based in Bath. They also have another office in Swansea. So that means I have to do travels in between, like once a week and all that. And because at the same time, then, like I said, only colored person in the company. My manager at that time, the guy nearly killed me. Because the thing is, the way they do something here, the way they do here is quite different from the way we do. You understand? Things is different now, But then it's just more like they have a process, we have a process. Me, I'm coming from the side of a trainer that understands it. They are coming on the side of deployment, end users. Because the work then was just to deal with end users. But for me, my end users, most times before then, has always been face-to-face.
Face-to-face.
Because I'm a trainer.
Yeah.
The end user here, most of the resolution will be on the phone. Now, the question now is, you are not speaking on the phone. They are not telling you they can't hear you, come again. Because first thing is they know you are this person.
This person.
So even if they understand your accent, because you got accent, then you find it hard dealing with people on the phone.
I get your point.
And one of the things we were doing that time is just to try and speak like them. And that thing kills.
It does.
Because once they realize we try and speak at them, they want to make a make out of you. And then because my resolution was just on the phone, people start saying, oh, they can't hear me. They can't do this. They can't do that. And probation was running out 6 months. I was finding this difficulty. And even when I travel to site, maybe some of them, if you just have interest, then you do this site work, you do then we do backup, do all this training and all those things. There was no training, but it was just like more of phone than face-to-face.
Face-to-face.
So and it's different. If you give me face-to-face, I will deal with I will resolve your issue in 2 minutes because it's hands-on. I'll click, fix, done. Because then the job was IT support officer, so I'm meant to be resolving people's issues. It was a top law firm that time, and that was it. They have also the application that I don't even understand. I've never seen before. The documentation application I've never seen before, but still, you still have to maintain your steez
and composure
because you already got the job and now you don't want to lose it. So the first 6 months was hard for me. It was really hard because I would get home sometimes and say, babe, they said they can't hear me. I don't know what to do. Should I not go back to the one that I'm really cuckoo doing? They know that, And after that, I just thought okay, I think this company, I was just getting out of it. It was stressing me out, Then I think, okay, now that I've got the experience, UK experience, let me just try and look for another job. Then because there was barrister firm, then I started looking for IT job in a barrister firm. And fortunately, I got one in London. So I had to also move from Bath to London. And the one in London happens to be that's one of my best job because I was given free hands. And even my boss would tell me, if they can't hear you, send them to me. And I think one of the good things she did to me that time, she actually did well for me. She looked after me so much, She looked after me. It's so funny. That time, I can't go on holiday now. You understand? Holidays, you're right.
Yes.
But because of the mentality in Nigeria to say, if you go on holiday, somebody's going to take your job before you come back.
So you couldn't go. You couldn't go for not because of the fact that you're not given.
No.
It was because of the mentality.
Because of the mentality. So that thing, it was the wear and tear was there.
Wow.
So I didn't go for holiday. One day my boss just called me, guy, what is happening to you? Why haven't you been on holiday for 2 years? I said, because I'm okay, I don't need it. He said, but we're not paying you this holiday, you know. You just have to go. And then I was thinking, like, this woman wants to send me away from this. Not knowing that she was actually looking after me. She was actually building me. There was something that happened one time. I got one of the because then this other one was also another top barrister firm. You can imagine they have over like 10 QC, Queen of Chambers.
Okay.
That's the top highest that you can get in UK.
Wow.
It's like a SAN in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, okay.
But I don't know if there's anything higher than SAN, something like that. That's what they got. So they are just like high justice courts. You know?
Okay.
So you can imagine dealing with those kind of people. I remember one of them has never touched computer, even that time.
Wow.
But if you see his documentation in his book, he liked to write. Then he just used a transcript into WinScribe. They have this thing, the transcript into WinScribe. So then I was building myself. And because these people are like top, the kind of cases they deal with, and it was in the city, so it's kind of like preparing myself. I remember one of them one time did something. She said, this woman, she always stressed me out. She would say she can't hear me. I said, okay, if you can't hear me, I'll go there face to face. Okay, what's the issue? And she would say this, and he started bringing things up. Then I told my boss, I said, this woman is stressing me. And like I said, my boss always look after me. She said, you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to send you on a training. It's called Communication Skill at Work. I think that time they paid over like 2.5.
Wow.
Because those training that time, I mean, I was fortunate. We had 2 MPs in my class.
Wow.
You know, all these MPs, you don't even know, because you learn many things. They just got a communication skill at work. But first thing is people you meet there and the kind of interaction, the
relationship you build.
The kind of relationship. They just kind of like, no. It's like the top thing. You won't even realize that many top things going on in this country. Just the word communication skill at work, £2,500.
Wow.
That actually changed most of the way I work. That actually changed the way you greet people. That actually changed the way you communicate with people. You know, I didn't realize most of those things. Like when somebody shake you, there's a way you leave your hand on them. When you leave your hand on them, it means whoever touched you last actually superior more than you. Do we not see all those people, all those presidents, all those things shake themselves? But you see, either they pat you here, they pat you here, all those things, they have meanings. We don't know all this. And that's why I said that training actually that was it. And since then, now I don't even have, I will be the one that will tell you, no, don't do it this way, or yeah, let's do it this way. You know? And that's just the story. And so that's just the way I got into this IT where I am now, and that was it.
Wow. guys, I have to be sincere with you. Yeah, with my steez and composure, I have to agree and admit that I've also learned a lot today. I mean, I've learned a lot today, and thank you very much for opening my eyes to some of these things. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, let's look at, well, as we wrap it up now, let's look at one lesson or two that you want people to go home with. I know they've listened to the stories. A lot of people, I mean, if you are very intuitive, definitely you must have taken down one or two things that you know that you've actually learned from this. You see, relationship really does matters in everything. Relationship is key.
Correct.
Is key. Relationship is very, very key. And you made mention of something. My mind is playing something upon me, and that is the fact that irrespective of where you find yourself, make good use of that place.
Yeah.
Make good use of wherever you find yourself. And as I've always believed, anywhere you are is a learning place for you.
Correct.
Don't withdraw to yourself. But let's now, what learning do you want people to go home with? I mean, these people that are watching us now, what do you want them to say? Okay, yeah, I listened to one person today, and this is one thing I've actually gained from this podcast.
One of the things, I don't know how God does his things. I don't know if I'm still in Nigeria, I don't know where I will be.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things, I think, when you let God take control, then you see something different. I'll tell you one of the things. There was somebody that time that, because like I said, I've been working. There was one of my friends that was actually staying, like being around me, He actually tried to come to UK with mixed documents. They didn't grant him. They banned him.
Wow.
But that same person today sits with anybody, top, anybody I can call in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
That same UK that they refuse his application. The guy can just say, he come here now for weekends. He can go anywhere for weekends.
Wow.
So sometimes I just look back, and these are people that are with me, So sometimes when I look back, I said, Charles, maybe if you also are staying in Nigeria, maybe. But the thing is, everyone's story is different.
It is, yeah.
Just follow your lead and let God take control.
Follow your lead and let God take control.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, if you ask me back then, am I even going to be able to... I mean, we're talking about somebody that could not even get a place to stay.
Yeah, that's one thing. That is one funny thing. You see, a person that they have to smuggle into the salon, you know how bad that could actually have been. If you put yourself in that situation, having to roam the streets, not having anything to do, I mean, it goes a long way. And can I quickly say this before you continue? Sorry to quote you in, is that you have also sat with top people in these countries, in this country, in this country. Because if you're saying SANS, talking about people that matters, MPs, members of parliament, I mean, it's a lot.
Definitely.
It's a lot. And another thing I want to draw before it continues is the fact that your circle of friends determine how far you go in life, my friend.
Definitely.
Your circle of friend, and most importantly, before you talk about your circle of friends, even the scripture said it said be renewed. It be renewed every day in your mind, be renewed. So you can't just remain within your small space and expect big things to happen. Yeah, it can happen if you surround yourself with good people, good friends that look out for you. But guy, if you don't get good friend, if you don't get friend, let me say, if you don't even get friend at all, if you don't have friend at all, is a problem.
Yes. Sir.
So now have good friends, is it? And one thing is, you see, if I would like to ask you a question. What do you think is the best thing that has ever happened to you?
My family.
The reason why I asked that question is simple, because it was your wife that initiated you saying, "Guy, I heard you are in IT now. Yeah. Why you going to do cleaning job?"
Correct.
So if not for your wife that actually, and you made a point then by saying that because of the fact that was what people around you were doing, it was either they work in factory, they do cleaning job, they do this menial job. Obviously, that was the reason why you're still doing it. Yes. However, even for your wife that actually opened your eye and say, "Guy," although you might still have to open your eyes later, but it would have actually taken a long time before you realize that.
Yeah, because you probably find yourself like you're in a comfortable zone.
So another thing from my own hand, before we go back to him, is don't stay in your comfort zone. Yeah. Your comfort zone is your beginning point to another level.
Correct.
So don't stay there. It doesn't. I mean, regardless, irrespective of whatever thing you go. Oh no, it's not my show. It's not me. So yeah. Let's get back to you. So, what other lessons do you want us to draw from your life lessons? Now, have you ever? Were you a believer since all these things happening to you? Were you a believer then?
I came from a Muslim home.
Oh, that would have been another story entirely.
So it was just more like I just found Jesus through someone, and since then I never looked back.
All right, that's fine. So let's cut it there, because obviously, guys, sir, if we have to talk about this, but not today.
All right.
Are you promising us you will come back?
Okay, I will.
Because you are the only person that can bear me witness that I said he's coming back. We're going to talk about this, but it might not be this long.
Yeah.
But obviously, we need to talk about it. What really happened? How did it happen? We definitely want to know about that. So let's now. So what other lessons do you want us to learn from these life lessons, stories you've actually shared with us? I know there are lots of lessons there, but just give us one or two more.
I would say just don't limit yourself, because like what happened to me in that 6-month walk could actually put me off. But because I just choose to continue it, and that's why I was looking for the next line or the next place. And if I didn't do that, I won't get that comfortability I got in that other company, and I won't have those experience. So just don't limit yourself, because something is not working today doesn't mean it's not going to work tomorrow. And like the way I always live is just today's date is 20, tomorrow is 21. Life is going to move on. And I just try to be part of the story of 20 before 21.
Be part of the story of 20 before 21. So live each day as a day, not as a year. You don't get it. If you don't get it. You know. If you don't get it, forget about it. But really, live each day as though it's your best day, it's your last day that you actually have to live, not thinking about what tomorrow holds. And when I say don't think about what tomorrow holds, I don't mean that you need to spend everything, all your life savings, knowing that another one will come tomorrow. So I would say a big thank you to you.
Thank you for having me.
I would say a big thank you to you. Your life lessons have taught us to be resilient. It has taught us to be confident. It has taught us not to stay in our comfort zone. It has taught us to always relate. I mean, there was a part you mentioned, the way you relate to people has to do with giving them a name that you know that, okay, that will make me remember this person.
Yeah.
And I know for so many persons, so many of you that are actually watching as well, you've learned one or two things from here. So if you like what we've done, give us a thumbs up. Just put your comment there. If you can relate, put it there. If you have any question on how to navigate the IT world, it's there. Yes, it's there. I'm putting it on. It's there. So, sir, what would be your parting word for those that are watching us today? For now, because you're coming back. So what would be your parting word for those who are watching us today?
I would say there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Don't give up. Just follow your vision. And don't relent.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, viewers at home. I really love to continue to have a chat with this with my Egbon. Yes. I won't follow person with no road. Follow person with no road, and of course you can be so sure that we definitely be having him shortly again to actually tell us more about you understand now. So thank you very much for staying tuned. My name is Kenny Sparks with Double Head. Forget, this is Motivation with Kenny Sparks. Until I come your way again, don't forget as well, dreams always do come true. Only just set out achievable goals and live one step at a time. I'll come again because of you. Ciao, ciao.
Dear married people, have you thought about the fact that you both need a break from all the hustles and hassles of life to enjoy yourselves? If you haven't thought about that, Don't worry, we've done that already. That is why Bond is here. Bond is an annual couples hangout that gives couples time to enjoy themselves, have fun, create memories, and have an overview of their relationship. This is happening on the 26th of October by 5 p.m. here in the city of Wolverhampton. Ticket fee is just £50 per couple. It is agreed on an all-white party. Don't forget, children are also not allowed, to allow you enjoy your time together as husband and wife. See you there.
Sparks FM. Repeat the beats. Sparks FM. Repeat the beats. Sparks FM. Repeat the beats. Sparks FM. Repeat the beats.